Right folks, welcome to another beer review. This beer comes once again care of Adam, aka Mersey Beers, on his recent beer drop off. And today we're going over to, I can never remember the name of the brewery. I'm human scum. Who is this? WooHa Brewing Company. We got there in the end. Based out of Scotland. And this is, it's got fucking WooHa written in really big letters on the front. So this is Rauch and Roll. Rich smoky porter. Brewed in the Scottish Highlands, 5% ABV. And I know the brewery, but I don't think I've ever had anything from them before. And so it's a very nice surprise. And I do like a good smoky beer. So we'll see what this is like. And I do like a good porter. So we'll see if it's an intensely smoky experience or if it's a mild smoky experience. Generated a massive head because there was a little bit of water left in the glass from when I rinsed it out from a previous beer, which was this, another one that Adam dropped off 2 bottles of that. So I thought, casual one while I'm watching some Stuart Lee, open that up. And it was really nice for someone who is not the biggest fan of Belgian style beers or beers brewed in Belgium. I think I've had one beer from these before and it was like a chocolate double. Like a nitro chocolate double or something like that, and that was really nice. But yeah, it's good. So the other bowl, I'll shoot a review. So yeah, that's why the head on this beer. Nothing to do with my immaculate expert pouring, obviously. But yeah, so 2 fingers worth of a nice sort of like pale tan looking head. Colour wise, it's almost jet black. I don't know if I'm just seeing things, but I think there's some like darkish oaky ruby hues there. My eyes are failing me clearly, but it looks very nice in this little glass. So let's see what we get on the nose. Wow. Not so much smoke, I'd say, but it's got a really nice sort of like, not treacle, maybe molasses. Oh yeah, that's lovely on the nose. It's sweet, it's got a dark chocolatey vibe about it, a little bit cakey. I mean, it is straight out the fridge. So maybe the cold and the fact that it's not really had chance to breathe in the glass is probably masking that slightly. Oh, but what is that? It's really, really nice. The smoke is coming through now, especially as that head's dissipating. But it's got like a really nice like cherry aroma. Lovely stuff. Smells really, really nice, subtle and appetizing. Appetizing. Smells good. Let's give it a taste. Cheers folks. Cheers Adam. Wow. Tastes a little bit different to what you expect from the nose. Although that being said, that's like cherry-esque aroma. I'm getting those sort of like berry characters coming through on the taste, like black currant, not blackcurrant, like a blackberry. You know when you like get the little like plastic containers of like strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, and a lot of them they're like soft, sweet, and then you bite into that one that's got a real sort of like defined tartness. Yeah, I'd say it's like a fruity sort of porter. There's a little bit of a tart twang on the back end. A nice fruity berry-like sweetness. There's a subtle hint of smoke there. But that being said, if you've not had many smoked beers, it might get a little bit lost. I mean, are you getting that same intense character as something like a beer from Brauerei, is it Spezial in Bamberg, or, you know, the other big one, and one of my all-time favourites, Schlenkerla? No. But you get like a little bit of an aftertaste of the smoke. Sort of like if you've been barbecuing and towards the end of the barbecue, you like ingest some of that smoke, or you can like feel it coming off your clothes, because I always stink after a barbecue, which at the time is lovely, because is there a better smell than burning coal and cooking meats? No, but when you're trying to get to sleep and you can still smell it, does get a little bit distracting. Although, what I will say is, not my proudest wank. It was so unnecessary. Why would he make a comment like that? It's a beer review. He needs to really tone down his vulgarity and crassness sometimes. I know. I've told him, but he just doesn't listen. He's not like this in real life. You can tell I've been watching some Stuart Lee. Although I don't think Stuart Lee, in any of his stand-up routines, would utter the words, "not my proudest wank," unless he was referencing another comedian who he doesn't like. But I have always sort of like said, I'm the anti-beer. I've always said that I am the anti-beer reviewer, beer reviewer. And you can cash that check in. But yeah, you get a subtle inkling of smoke, or smoked malts on the back end. And I think that sweetness, that tart sweetness, sort of brings it out a little. Rauch from the speciality German Rauchmalt we use to make this smooth dark brew deliciously smoky. I wouldn't say it's smoky, but then again, a lot of beers that have smoked malts, from my experience, they're really good beers a lot of the time, don't get me wrong, but I really like the smoky. And smoky's not just one sort of like defined flavour, there's different sort of like elements of smoke. I mean, you know, when you like, I've never done it because I don't have a proper barbecue, nor do I have the skills to, because I'd fuck it up. I'd fuck it up if I was to like do like a big joint of beef slowly smoked for like 24 hours. I'd fuck it up. I really, really would. Briefly forgotten what point I was trying to make. So yeah, it's like, I do find a lot of smoky beers. The smoke for me, but that smoky character. Oh no, I was talking about wood chips, wasn't I? Like, obviously I've got like different cuts of beef and different sort of barbecue foods. I'd like go on to, you know, rabbit holes on YouTube, becoming very extremely angry and jealous at these like really talented, underappreciated chefs and cooks, because it's just barbecue. I can't even think. Like, what's the main one that people... This isn't a bit, by the way. I've genuinely forgotten. I don't know. You know what I mean. Oh, fuck, that's going to really do my tits in. And the big tits as well, so... What's it called? I mean, you can do it with any sort of meat, but what's like the main sort of like cut of meat that they put in like a smoker for hours and hours and hours? Oh my god, I can't remember. But obviously, if you do use different sorts of wood chips, you're going to get different flavours. Sometimes they're not going to be too vastly different, but you're going to get some subtle nuances that, like, do you know what I mean? Brisket, that's what I was fucking... Oh. You swear? Yeah, no, swear too much. Fuck off. Oh, I do sometimes think that I use my YouTube platform to get my mental breakdown, to externalize my mental breakdown. An ongoing mental breakdown that's been ongoing for 33 fucking years. But yeah, if you smoke a brisket and use different sorts of wood chips, you're going to get slightly, sometimes vastly different flavours and characteristics. And it's like, oh, are you going to soak them in bourbon? Oh, I'm going to soak them in some sherry. You know, it's smoking. I mean, I think it's a lot more recognised nowadays as like a genuine art form in the culinary world. But if you fuck that up, you fuck it up royally. Do you know what I mean? You've got hours of work and time that you've invested in this, and, you know, big expensive slabs of meat, really high quality. So, you know, I've completely forgotten what the overriding point is in this video, or the point that I was trying to make. I don't really get the smoke. I don't really get the fucking smoke. Yeah, well, I would like it a little bit more smoky, to be honest. But it's really nice, though. And gorgeous, more fruit forward, like foraged fruits off the bramble bushes. Because, you know, I'd love to have... I mean, where I live, it's full of greenery. But I don't really think there's too many places where you could get a bounty of... I've forgotten what the fucking word is now. Foraged goods would be. So I'm getting a lot of those sort of like berry characters with this. It's a fruity porter with just the most subtle. Maybe that's what they were going for, not to overpower it, but just for it to like complement it. But it's like, if you have a smoked cheddar, I want a really intense smoked cheddar. If I want a smoked beer, I personally want a really, almost like, although I've never had one, but I really want to have one where it's like almost too much. It is literally like taking a big bite out of a piece of charcoal. So someone brew that. Waste your money on malts, hops, your water treatment, your yeast. Waste your money and make a beer like that. That'll be so unpalatable to 90% of... Oh, fuck off notifications. Don't know why the bell's on. Turn it off. I'm so good at acting. and they just don't realise it. I don't realise it sometimes, but I'm just really good at acting. They think I'm off my fucking head. Their loss. I don't act like this in real life, by the way. Just putting it out there. Anyway, if for some reason WooHa are watching this beer review, apologies. Don't know what the fuck has just happened in this video. But it's all staged. It's all painstakingly thought out and wonderfully executed. Said no one ever. But yeah, it's a really nice beer. I just personally would like it to be a little bit more intensely smoked. But I'd be really interested to see them do this same porter, but without the smoked malts, just like a really basic porter. Because that's lovely. And obviously, sort of like lower, I've not even got a thumbnail yet and I've nearly drank it. Sort of like lower medium mouthfeel, as you would expect. There is a little bit of smoothness there. But it's just I'm like, the more I'm talking and like the flavours building up, I'm getting that aftertaste of when you've overcooked meat on a barbecue, which I like barbecues where the food is like within an inch of its life, or within an inch of being unedible. Obviously, I don't like it completely burnt. I'm not a complete savage, but I like it when it's overdone. And I'm getting that aftertaste, that culminative aftertaste of gouging yourself on overcooked, well done barbecue food. And we all feel shit the day after, don't we? I don't know. But yeah, so that I am getting the smoke. The smoke's coming out more in the sort of like the aftertaste and what happens after you've ingested the beer after a certain amount of time. But anyway, I'm going to turn this video off because it's a fucking mess and I need to reassess my life. So if you've tried this or anything else from WooHa, then let me know your thoughts, opinions in the comments down below. I've just realised I've had about 2 or 3 videos uploaded over the last few days and I've not actually put titles, thumbnails or information in the description. As you can tell, put so much time and effort and energy into this channel. Anyway, cheers for watching. Go check out WooHa, and what a fun name to say, WooHa. And if you add an N to that, then we're stepping into completely different territory, aren't we? But you can't talk about that. It's the 5G. Anyway, yeah, it's a lovely, lovely beer. And thank you very much, Adam, for kindly gifting us. And yes, I am resting my hands on my beer gut. So be it. So if you tried it, let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. Information will be in the description at some point. And yeah, thanks for watching. That's distracting me doing that. So put your hands behind your back. Then let me know your thoughts, opinions in the comments. And I hopefully see you later. And yeah, cheers. Bye.